City Show. Pat O'Melia here, you concerned resident there. WandaVision is done for this season, introducing the multiverse of madness with Doctor Strange. Kind of have that in Hudson County going on right now. We'll discuss that as the show goes on. The pandemic, looks like we're finally getting a handle on the pandemic. Yeah, you can look for Murphy to ease up on a lot of the restrictions. Looks like schools in Jersey City and throughout New Jersey will pretty much be open for the fourth marking period. You're going to see restaurants in New York City on the 19th. I think they're going to 75%. Movie theaters are open again. We're finally getting some traction against this pandemic, and you know, it all has to do with the vaccines and what we've done. Wearing the mask, your social distancing, you know, being realistic that you've got to take some precautions here. But I think a lot has to do with, we got 3 different vaccines, and the funny thing is now a lot of people are making appointments and they're missing the appointments because they found out it's either Pfizer or Moderna. Everybody wants the J&J one now, the one shot. If you have an appointment to get your shot, don't blow it off. Go get your shot. You know, you don't know if you'll get the J&J, so go get your shot. Come back in 21 days, get your second shot. Don't take the risk, for that matter. I got to sign myself up to get the shots. But let's get back to the show. I'm sure you've heard that here in Hudson County and in New Jersey as a whole, Assemblyman Nick Sciavolotti from the 31st District has been, no other way of saying it, dumped off the HCDO line by Bayonne Mayor Jimmy Davis. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some political history of the HCDO. And we're going to do some quick hits. There's a lot of things going on. But right now we're going to break for commercial. You're watching The City Show. I'll be right back.
Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights. Your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments. Carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants. All major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712.
Stevens Jersey City Ford, located right off of NJ 440 North. Across the Hudson Mall is your one-stop for all your automotive needs. Check out Ford's latest models like the 2020 Ford Fusion with its stylish looks and hybrid options, or the unparalleled high-performance 2020 Ford Mustang. The 2020 Ford F-150 Raptor is ready for those rugged off-road terrains with trail control. Need a mid-sized truck for your towing and hauling? The 2020 Ford Ranger will deliver. The 2020 Ford Escape is a luxury SUV that was made for comfort and adventure on the go. Returning is Ford's legendary Bronco, which takes you back to the true meaning of off-roading. They are now available for pre-order in our showroom or on our website. Let us help you find your next vehicle. Stevens Jersey City Ford, 201-432-7272.
We're back. Pat O'Melia here. Are you there? As I talked about the multiverse of madness here that we have in Hudson County, in particular in Bayonne, but it rolls all through the county, and it has repercussions down in Trenton. Assemblyman Nick Sciavolotti, one of our divas in the studio. He hasn't been here in quite a while. He was the host of the City Line show. He has been unceremoniously dumped from the HCDO line by Bayonne Mayor, his ally, Jimmy Davis. These two guys were tight since probably around 2015. They kind of came in together. Jimmy won his election, then he gave Nick Sciavolotti the assembly line, and of course Nick won the election. Nick has been a good soldier. He's done the job in Trenton, well respected. As I go through this Nick Sciavolotti and HCDO history, you'll probably hear me say that a few times, that Nick is well respected within Hudson County and in Trenton. For whatever reason, he has been dumped off the line, and we'll speculate on that as we go on through the show. Mayor Davis has decided, as is his prerogative as the mayor of Bayonne, to pick an assembly candidate. Mayor Fulop, well, there's 2 assembly candidates, or assembly reps in the 31st District, of course. You got McKnight, Angela McKnight, and Nick Chevalotti. Angela McKnight, of course, is Mayor Steve Phillips' choice. Nick Chevalotti was Mayor Jimmy Davis's choice. Mayor Davis has made another choice. He has decided to go with a young guy, William Sampson. He is a ILA crane operator at Global Terminals in Bayonne. That's all. Nobody knows about the guy. Well, we started getting the calls yesterday. Do you know him? Nope. Like I said, we're not in the crane operating circles or the dock workers of Bayonne. We're not ILA people, so not many of us would know who Mr. Sampson is. I'm sure he's quite capable. Maybe there's a lot of heavy lifting to be done in Trenton. That's why we need a crane operator. These are the guys. He's picking up those ocean-going containers and stacking them, taking them off the boat, putting them on the dock. Back in my other life, when I was in maintenance and repair, I had an opportunity to work for Maersk Lines, repairing their containers and chassis. For that matter, they were going to give me my ILA card, and it was in Hoboken where I had to go to get it. And I was all set. But prior to Maersk Lines, I did an interview with a company in Secaucus, Precon Trucking and Warehousing, and I accepted a job there. Then I got the call from Maersk Lines. Oh, we got you set. You go get your ILA card, and you come to work for us. But I already made a commitment, so I went with Precon. Who knows where being an ILA card holder would have taken me. But, it's a good field, and you can work them containers. You got to have some skills. I bet he's good in Seaside Heights with that crane claw machine. One thing I'm going to keep saying through the Chevalotti issue and the HCDO history, when you live by the political sword, you will die by the political sword. It is the way it goes. Unless you become an uber mayor, you become one of the powerful mayors, Nicholas Sacco, a Brian Stack, a Stephen Fulop. These guys are impervious to the organization. Fulop is one offline, beating the HCDO candidate, my old buddy, Jerry Healy. You have no shot in hell of ever, defeating Nicholas Sacco or Brian Stack. It is never going to happen. You could run saints against those two guys, Sacco and Stack, and it's not going to happen. Why was Nick dumped? It came out of left field. I mean, really came out of left field. None of us seen this coming. There wasn't even talk about it. The top rumor, and there's a lot of rumors, is that Nick was getting too close with the council president of Bayonne's city council, who may run for mayor in 2022. Now, supposedly, Jimmy Davis got wind of this, and he did a little investigating. Guy's an ex-cop. Did a little investigating, and he came to the conclusion that people were conspiring against him. Now, if you deal with enough of these politicians after a while, paranoia is an issue they deal with. I spoke to Nick Chevalotti about this. The council president has spoken to Mayor Davis saying, listen, I'm not running for mayor. I'm willing to do a press release saying I'm running on your ticket. What else do you want me to say? So that killed off that rumor, but that's the persistent one that's coming around. So there's a reason somewhere. Now, Mayor Davis has made no formal reason as to why, and actually I don't believe he has told any of the power brokers here locally in the HCDO and in the Hudson County or from Trenton what his reason was for dumping Nick Chevalotti. But a lot of the heavyweights, we're going to break the commercial, but I'll go through that. The heavyweights that stepped up for Nick Chevalotti, but still couldn't save him. You're watching The City Show. I'll be right back.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net.
At Hudson Regional Hospital, we promise to be prepared for your emergency.
We promise to provide world-class robotic surgical care.
We promise to treat you like family.
To provide accurate diagnostic care.
To provide the most innovative orthopedic care at your doorsteps.
We promise to treat your baby like our own. to never stop investing in the best of spinal care.
To be with you every step of the way.
Here at Hudson Regional Hospital, we promise to take care of our community.
We're back. You're watching The City Show. I'm here. You're there. Then word got out that Nick Chevalotti was being dumped off the line. Some real heavyweights made some phone calls. Jimmy Davis, Nicholas Sacco, Bob Menendez Sr., Governor Murphy, Assemblyman Coughlin, the main guy down there. All of them made calls on behalf of Nick Chevalotti. Could not get Jimmy Davis to reverse his decision. Now, these things happen every election cycle. Somebody's not going to be happy. Somebody doesn't get the line. If you follow politics, it happens. You'll read this person to get the line, or she didn't get the line, he didn't get the line. They wanted to go in a different direction. It happens every cycle. It's almost like musical chairs. The music stops. Whoever gets to sit down, you go on. That one person standing, you're out. And recently here in Hudson County, Joel Torres, the former freeholder from Jersey City, he didn't get the line. So he decided to go quietly into the night, and we got freeholder Commissioner Lipsky now, who has replaced Joel Torres. It happens in every county. It happens in every organization, whether it's a Democratic organization here in Hudson County, we've got the HCDO. It happens everywhere. In Ocean County, you're going to see it happen. Probably this week in Ocean County, some people aren't going to get the line that they were hoping for. There's always some change. And I cannot emphasize this enough. If you live by that political sword, you will die by that political sword. And in Hudson County, you got the 12 kings, the mayors. Now, they're all mayors, but they're not all the same. There's levels there. You know, when Dr. Roque was the mayor in West New York, he wasn't picking any assembly people. That was the Uber mayor, Nick Sacco, or the other Uber mayor, Brian Stack. They make picks. Hoboken, Ravi's not making any picks for the assembly people there. That's Brian Stack, the mayor of Union City and state senator. There are 12 mayors, but they're not all the same. You have the Uber mayors there, Sacco, Stack, and Steve Fulop. Does qualifications and performance mean anything? Probably not when it comes to the political line, and you're going to have to throw the word in there, the whims of mayors. Nick, you see here the picture here, did a great job in Trenton. Yeah, he served on numerous committees. He was the whip down there. He worked both sides of the aisle. He got along with the governor. He got along with the state senators. He followed through on tons of legislation. I don't know if anybody wrote more bills than Nick Chevalotti did down there. He was always pushing for something, always pushing for the residents of the 31st District and the state of New Jersey. Did a great job. That's why when this came down, we were shocked, because Nick has been down there carrying the water for Hudson County and the state of New Jersey. He's done a great job. Didn't help him. Now, if you're an assembly person right now, your seat might be a little warm. If your seat isn't warm now, it may be warm in 2 years, but things do get warm. You know, I got a friend of mine, Bob Orth, up in Bergen County, assemblyman there. There's a whole situation where he's running for state senator. The previous senator had passed on. There's a whole bunch of intrigue up there in Bergen County. It's really no difference as we start to get into the election season. Now, Nick Chevalotti hasn't said what he's going to do in the future. Will he run for re-election? Will he run offline? Now, there's some dissatisfaction amongst Democrats in Hudson County about open ballots and committee persons. We'll get into that also. Not having the line doesn't mean you can't win. You can win offline. Like I said, Mayor Fulop in Jersey City defeated the HCDO candidate, nonpartisan, but he had the backing of the HCDO, Jerry Healy. Stick Romano, one of my friends and one of our divas in the studio here. He was dumped off the line by then Mayor Dawn Zimmer in Hoboken for a freeholder position. Now, Stick could have gone quietly into the night, but he decided to fight. And fight he did. And he beat Dawn Zimmer's personal choice for freeholder, Phil Cohen, who is now a councilman in Hoboken, stick one off the line. Why did stick one off the line? Because the people of Hoboken and the Heights know that stick works for them. Again, one of those guys that carries the water and makes sure he represents his district, his city, and of course the Heights of Jersey City. Stick did the job. The voters realized that, and they went into the voting booth, and instead of going column A all the way, they would go column A up, boop, over here to wherever the hell stick was, like column D, and voted for stick. So you can win offline. Did Nick Chevroletti do that? I don't know. We'll have to see. But right now, we're going to break for commercial. You're watching The City Show. I'll be right back.
Good Friend Self-Storage in North Bergen, New Jersey is a fully climate-controlled facility equipped with state-of-the-art security, packing supplies, a Refer Friend program, and multiple loading docks convenient for commercial use. Located just off of Route 3 at 4301 Tunnelly Avenue, Route 1 and 9. Call 201-867-2444 or visit us on the web today. Good Friend Self-Storage. Let us be your good friend. Pan & Pinto Properties, Jersey City. Shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces that address your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment. Adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at panandpintoproperties.com. Pan & Pinto Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
We're back, City Show. Pat O'Melia here, you there. In a letter, the Hudson County Progressive Dems, in a letter to Amy DeGeese, the head of the HCDO, a letter signed by a whole 40 Hudson County residents that included Ward E Councilman James Solomon in Jersey City, asking for a meeting, I think on March the 20th or 22nd, to eliminate the county line, eliminate the ability of mayors to make their picks, and allow the county people, the county committee people, to screen candidates and allow the county committee people to do their endorsement. Isn't that nice? That's not going to happen. Also, when you only have a whopping 40 Hudson County residents out of a county of about 660,000, according to the last census, which I'm sure it's going to go up, that's not going to happen, but it sounds good. Now, again, dumping Nick Chevroletti, he was respecting the Trenton, and that's going to add fuel to the progressive Dems. They're filing suit about an open ballot where there'll be no line, there'll be none of that, no column A, no column B, no line. For that matter, James Solomon, Ward E councilman, is going to introduce a resolution. He may have to pull that out of his pocket, what we call a pocket resolution, to change the ballots here in Jersey City. There'll be no lines. There'll be no rows. There'll be no columns. There'll just be names. No affiliations, none of that. In a way, in James Solomon's mind, that you'll have an open and freer election. It will be up to the people. But the people do make a decision. They vote for their mayor. Their mayor's job is to do what's best for that city. And the mayor is going to have the best qualified candidate to represent, whether it's Jersey City or Bayonne or Harrison or whatever town in Hudson County or in the state itself, in Trenton, to best do the job for the residents of those respected cities. So yes, you are voting for that candidate when you elect the mayor. You get the government you vote for. When you voted for the mayor, he's going to put together the best team he sees that can help that town, whether it's locally or in Trenton or even federally. So yes, you do get a choice. The mayors make the pick. Mayors are elected by you, the voters. That's mayors in good standing. Powerful mayors, for the most part, will make those picks. Brett Shunler, when he was the mayor of Jersey City, he wasn't involved in any of that. Assembly people, he was a Republican in a land of Democrats. Glenn D. Cunningham, my old man, my old boss man. What Glenn did when he became mayor, he wanted more respect for Jersey City. It went through a bunch of years of Brett Shunler, and the HCDO wasn't respecting Jersey City. Glenn Cunningham sat down at the table to get a larger slice of the pie for Jersey City. That didn't work out. A big food fight started, and it was a big HCDO war with my old boss man versus the HCDO. Unfortunately, Glenn passed on in 2004. But not only after he was beating the HCDO at every turn, he also became the state senator in the 31st District, and his hand-picked choices, who ran offline against the HCDO, won their elections. That was Tony Chiappone and my buddy, Lou Manzo. So you can win offline, as Glenn Cunningham did when he was opposing the HCDO. For that matter, they took out a friend of mine, Joe Doria, who had been served at that time like 22 years in the assembly. So you can win if you work hard, you campaign hard, and you have the vision that Glenn D. Cunningham had. Yeah, you can win. Now, the organization is powerful, but sometimes not as powerful as the one person, in this case, Glenn Cunningham. What's the future for Nick Sevalotti? Well, he's an attorney by profession. He's a well-educated guy. He's big into teaching. He's with the Hudson County Community College. I know he's also involved with St. Peter's College, where he teaches, I believe, political sciences. Nick Sevalotti is going to do fine. What's going to happen in Hudson County is a different thing. Bottom line, there's mistrust, there's apprehension, there's a lot of hurt feelings among the HCDO. There's a feeling right now that Jimmy Davis will pay a price for opposing the organization, the HCDO. Years back, before Jimmy became the mayor of Bayonne, there was a Mayor Smith who opposed the organization with endorsements. Jimmy Davis replaced him. The good feeling that has rolled through Hudson County since the battle for the chairmanship with Stack and Fulop opposing the HCDO, that right now is all gone. That kumbaya feeling where they're all holding hands, that's gone. All right, you're watching The City Show. We'll be right back.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers the quality of life you deserve in 10 high-rise rental towers with amenities such as the on-site Newport Path subway, light rail and ferry service, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Sears, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams Supermarket is just outside your front door. A health and fitness club, spa, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. NewportNJ.com. Enjoy the New York skyline from Newport Town Square. Manhattan is just one path stop away or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Want to visit Newport? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. Go to NewportNJ.com for details. Newport has luxurious towers, great restaurants, shopping, New York skyline views, schools, playgrounds, a marina and yacht club, gym, spa, fine wine, fine living. It's incredible. It's you. NewportNJ.com. Newport. Live like you want.
Cutting edge surgical care is right here in Secaucus.
Robotic surgery is safer.
Shorter hospital stays.
Smaller abdominal incisions, the size of an M&M. Here at Hudson Regional, we provide world-class robotic surgical care.
We're back, City Show. Pat O'Melia here, you there? Let's see. Quick hits. That's where we just miscellaneous stuff we put together for one segment. I got very cold coffee here. The mayor of Jersey City, Mayor Fulop, has designated that all available vaccines that they're getting this week will be for the teachers of Jersey City. Mayor Fulop wants to get all the teachers back in the classroom. The sooner we do that, the sooner we'll get back to what was normal. What is normal? I don't know if we're going to have a new normal or we go back to the old normal, but when we're all said and done with this pandemic, COVID-19, there'll be a lot of lessons to learn, and there will be fundamental changes to how we operate, how jobs will be performed, where they'll be performed. You're going to need big office buildings? Probably not, because a lot of people have learned to work remotely. I think a lot of companies learn they can get things done with less people. So there's going to be a cost in jobs. It will be interesting to see the ramifications once we get away from the COVID-19, and we're getting there. For that matter, you know the pandemic's over when you can buy Lysol spray in a can. For probably a year, my wife has been looking all over for Lysol spray. She considers that the best stuff. It is incredibly hard to find. You could not find that Lysol, and that's a little darker can than the light blue that we're looking for, but that's the spray. Could you find that? No. I mean, starting in like late March until the last week or so, you could not find that in ShopRite. For that matter, the only place I seen it was in a $1 and Up store on Central Avenue, around 350, 358 area on Central Avenue. They had them in the window. I didn't even bother to go in and ask how much they possibly want for a can of this. I was ordering it off Amazon, and it was taking Amazon like 6 to 8 weeks to get like 4 cans to me. Wife says that's the best stuff. You can now get that in ShopRite. My opinion, pandemic's over. You can get Lysol in a can, you got it. Last week on Hudson County View Live, John Hennis, his guest was Kevin Bing. He is running for council in Ward C against my buddy, Richie Borgiano. Kevin Bing was the first time I met him, but we had tweeted back and forth and he's big with the bikes. And as you know my show, I'm not that big on the bikes. I don't think it's a practical mode of transportation. I don't think we need to have road space taken away for protected bike lanes or bike lanes of any nature. There just isn't enough bike traffic. For that matter, as I was riding around today, and actually I did a lot of riding around yesterday in Jersey City, I didn't see a bike. We just don't have a lot of people riding bikes. But good luck to Kevin Bing in Ward C. I think that gives us 3 candidates in the Journal Square area. I think there's, of course, Richie B. Borgiano, Kevin Bing, and a guy named Zuper, who works for the county of Hudson. The pothole killer. It is in service. It was seen in Jersey City yesterday by me on Summit Avenue. Riding down Summit, and traffic going pretty slow, and I'm looking up ahead and looking ahead, and wow, I know what that is. That's the pothole killer. It was filling up holes on Summit Avenue, and lucky me was behind it. And unlucky me, there were lots of potholes on Summit Avenue. So it took me a while to get to my destination on Summit Avenue. Englewood Hospital is coming to Journal Square in Jersey City, in what I call the ADP building. It's right, the big silver building. There's like 5 of them there, across from the Stanley Theater. Englewood Hospital has just leased 2 floors in the ADP building, about 77,000 square feet. There'll be office and medical offices there, so welcome to Jersey City. And Newark, put that sign up there real quick, John, before I run out of time, is doing an experimental program converting ocean-going containers into housing for the homeless. You know what? That's a pretty damn good idea. There's more room in those containers than there is in those tiny houses. Props to Newark, something we should probably look into here in Jersey City. All right, we're out of time. You be good. You be safe. I'll talk to you next week. Good night.